guys, welcome to my channel. Kiva here, and today we're going to be doing a book wrap up of September books and October books. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first book that I read in September is The Secret World of Maggie by Granger. And let me tell you guys, I don't like to speak on books before the series end, but The Secret World of Maggie is giving Harry Potter vibes. Just think of just black. It's black excellence in all shape and form. This is where Maggie gets into a school where she is of the first family, which is one of the most powerful families in the spiritual magical society of black people. And they attend a school. So we have schools with sirens, werewolves, banshee, witches, all kind of, as long as they're mythical, they're going to this school. Anna Maggie Gray end up being there. No, there's so many secrets to unfold, so many things there to unpack. But as soon as the series finishes, I'll be definitely getting into a more in-depth one. So with what is out already that I've read is book 2, The First Family, and book 3, When a Wolf Loves the Moon. There's another book to the series. I haven't got to it as yet, but it's nothing to do with Maggie Gray. There's so many things that I want to talk about, but I don't want to touch on it as yet because, as I said, the series is not finished. We move on to the Delinja Chronicle series by Kimberly Brown. Kimberly Brown is the person that gave us Reading Blues. No, we're getting a whole 360 of the Dillinger Chronicles, which is an awesome series so far. Love it, love it. It comprises of Deuces, Macia, Smoke, and Jada at this present time. So it follows the siblings of the Dillinger clan. So we have 2 more books from the siblings that we didn't get a book from. So we have Deuces at first, where he falls in love with this lady that he went on one of those black ops for his family. She ended up being in the nightclub and a crossfire. He fell in love with her. She's wondering why this man is pointing a gun at her. But otherwise from that, they end up together, fall in love. You know, total craziness, total craziness. Getting to the world of the villagers. Then we have Mesa, which is a typical second brother that he's the second in command, feeling that he needs to do more because he's replaceable, because nobody really needs the second in command. That's what he thinks. He goes out doing his own thing outside of his family, end up being small trouble, but he falls in love with Deuce's wife. Deuce's wife, best friend, which is crazy. Love them together. Two crazy people together create this beautiful thing. Smoke, no, on the other hand, doesn't believe that he needs to fall in love. When But he falls in love with a baby mother. Yeah, that was a crazy jig. I know. Is a computer nerd falls in love with another computer nerd. I love her story. So soft, so pretty, so cute. She's like into um anime. She goes to anime first. I don't want nobody come for me. Whatever that anime Comic Con. Sorry, not anime first. Comic Con. And she's just up and everything, and she finds a partner that actually loves doing that. I love that for her. But we did more books in September, so we moved on to Only for Me by Casey Mill. If you know me, I tell you I love a secret baby trope. This is an NFL player that is going through so much trauma. He lost his brother at one particular time in life, and it follows him. He feels very much guilty for everything that went down, but he ends up with this young lady that they had, and he falls in love with this young lady that, she had this one night stand with him, end up with a baby, and she sees her a year and a half later, and they continue their pick up the relationship from there. There's a lot of up and down, round and round. It's crazy, but I love the only for me. Then we end the month of September with Og. This is a great Huffington book, and this is in the Greyless series. You would have met him in the Greyless series. He is um Rome bodyguard. No, he's in love with Rome's friend, and the story continues. I love that we're getting little tiny bits of other little stories in between the Greyless series until we get the other books. But this is really nice and cute. He's obsessive, and he's like, yeah, I need my girl. So those are the books for September. Now let's get into the October books. I'm telling you. So these are the books for October. Yes, that we read for October. I'm trying out, as I said, I'm always trying out new authors. Saw this book and it keeps on popping up. So we have Z Renee when he's not there. It comprises of 3 books in this series, and the other books that follow is Here Forever and The Right Way. This is a story where it follows this young lady. It's been mistreated and neglected by her boyfriend, not beaten, not physical abuse, but mistreated in other ways and mishandled. And she is going through, she has mental issues. And this young man, Mr. Right, came in and did the right thing for her and be the right way for her. Um, it's one of those stories that it has cheating trope in it. I know a lot of people don't like it, but um, is it really cheating when you already finished a relationship in your head but hasn't completed it physically? Yeah. Then we go to somebody. Move on to somebody's husband. We got a banger last time, well, last year, with somebody's wife. No, it's somebody's husband. Love how Robbie Reddy came in with this one. It sounds like a cheating trope at first, but really and truly it's not. So don't go in there with a biased opinion. Just read it, it flesh out, and you definitely get an understanding. We're following the story of Dr. Dresden Xavier with Miss Harper Kingsley. Um, I love how they come together. We're getting such a beautiful story where one Mr. Xavier, Dr. Xavier, is moving to this new college to move away from his to move away from his grieving, or to make a different step towards his grieving cycle, or to step out of it. And he met Harper Kingsley, and he thought the love of his life was buried. He could never feel again. But Harper stirs something inside of him, and I love that. Harper, on the other hand, is just about to go into the grieving process, and she grieves differently. She's dealing with so many different a partner that is sick and about to die, and dealing with the kids and managing their expectations, dealing with the follow when the kids find out that she doesn't really want to be. Why are you acting like this? Didn't you love my dad? And all of that. Then Dr. Xavier is coming out of it. His daughters, which he has a twin, and twin daughters, and they love him so much. But nobody's girl enough for their dad. It's just only their mom. One sister is embracing the fact that their father actually moving on, are about to move on, but one sister is stuck in their head thinking that their dad, not is too soon for them to actually get to that point. But as the story unfolds, I love how it shows different parts of the grieving process, how we move on from there, how we find another love. I just love how the combination comes together. I don't know about anybody else. Xavier have to learn how to let go, to move on, to let somebody in. Kingsley is just ready to get on with her life, because guess what, she has put her life on pause for her partner while he was sick. Now she wants to move on with her life. And that was such a great story. I don't know about anybody else. If you have read Robbie Rennie writing before, you would know exactly what we're getting into. I think along the line, I don't want to say somebody's wife compared him, but somebody's husband is a more intricate story. You learn so much more from it. You connect more with it. From a grieving perspective, I've never grieved a husband, but I know what it means to grieve a family member. And we go into the another story, Just the Tip by Brianna Harvey. I saw this book in one of my Facebook groups that I'm a part of. Just the Tip. This is a young lady that is moving from point A to point B with a situation going nowhere. She works at a diner, and on a late shift, she meets a guy, and he's like very mysterious, but he's like, what is going on here? He gave her a proposition of her lifetime, and she took it. Being a single mom, she decided that okay, she's going to take this opportunity for bettering her kid life. They end up falling in love, of course, and it's such a short story. So as I said, it's getting to it. Fall in love. She's like, oh, I need to get myself together. What is he going to do? Can't just keep up with this. What am I going to do after all of that? But girl fall in love deep. Then we move on to Made Forever by Girl Finton. This is a story, I think it's a recreation of the COVID, how everybody had to be shut down and everything. So there's a virus, and the entire community, the entire world is in shutdown. And the maid told every one of her clients, hiring clients that she has, that hey, I'm not going to be doing any cleaning service while this is going on. Yeah, that's it. She ended up going to a client after she turned him down once or twice. And she went there. She fell in love with this baseball star, and immediately her doubt is there because she doesn't have any faith in men. This young man restored it. And I love the little story. It's such a short, fun little story that you feel like, girl, you what? I was like, yeah, you need to chill out, mom. She was more into her head than actually out there thinking about everything else other than the relationship. She's thinking about how it's going to end before it actually really go anywhere. I think it's based on fear, but hey, that's it. Then we move on to Royce, Forever and Akin. And this was by Connie Easton. I've read Connie Easton books before. I like them. Um, Royce is, I don't know, spoiled, delusional, a man of his word. I cannot tell you. That man, it was like, yeah, baby girl, wifey, my love. That man came into this woman's life and just turned it upside down, start claiming children left, right, and center. I'm just like, yeah, I am the dad. Get yourself together. I don't know. This young lady was, I kid you not. Royce was funny, and it was like, yeah, nah. Then we move on to Genesis. This is Roy's other brother that we find out about in the book. A bunch of stuff happened in the ending of the book. No, Genesis is not a part of the Atkins clan as yet, because he was an outside child, because Royce thought he was an only child, which is an only child for his mom, just not an only child for his dad. And Genesis was like, yeah, he's not with that. There's so many parts about it that I was like, yeah, Genesis was right. A lot more happened. What happened? Genesis is a tech guru. He is a hacker, but he does small hits like robberies and stuff. One robbery went bad. He ended up in somebody's truck. This young lady's truck, and he went home with her. she has issues and decide that yeah, he's going to take care of her at that point in time. They fell, I don't know what they did there, but they fall in love, I guess. They end up having a child together. It was one whirlwind of activities happening, a flurry of stuff. He meets Royce. They start building on their relationship. He has nothing to do with his dad. Royce doesn't have anything to do with his dad based on the book, whatever happened in Royce's book. There's a bunch of stuff. It was such a good read, and I know there's more to it, I guess. Yes, because the story hasn't ended properly. We have somebody else that is causing drama in the book. It hasn't been solved as yet. No, I decided in the midst of the storm that is going when Melissa was aftermath of Melissa was reading Ice Planet Barbarian by Ruby Dixon. This has been in my library for probably 2 to 3 years now, if not about 3 years now. I am kidding you not. Finally get up and read it. I can see why there's more stories to it and people are really interested in it. It was such a refreshing moment. I kid you not, in the midst of what Melissa did, and the storm has passed and destroyed so many homes in Jamaica. I hope all the persons in St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland and Falmouth and other affected areas get back on their feet. God continues to cover them and guide them and provide for them. So, guys, so without further ado, this is the end of my wrap up. So, remember to like, subscribe, and share this video, and drop your comments in the comment section about the books that you've read. If you've read books during the height of Melissa's time, you can drop your books that you were reading in your comment also. So until next time, guys, bye.